Hi, everyone. Harry here to talk about the initial leaks, really, but that's what you can expect from Congress, of the investigation in the intelligence committees in the House and Senate of the now infamous September 2nd second strike that killed 2 survivors of the first strike having killed the other 9, who are clinging to wreckage and seemingly, from all accounts, in a position where they are or combat, as the law of war holds, or they can do no harm, making it strictly forbidden, a grave war crime, or just a flat-out homicide. I'll get back to that shortly, for them to have been killed. Admiral Bradley, who is the operational officer in charge, had a closed-door discussion with lawmakers. He did not testify. That is, he was not under oath. But he told them, and this, to me anyway, was not what I'd been expecting, that contrary to a lot of reports in Washington Post and other sources, he did not receive or was not aware of having received any general order from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to, quote, kill them all, close quote. Rather, he made the decision on his own. So that's like revelation number 1. Revelation number 2 is he defended the second strike as proper within the laws of war. And there emerged a sort of Rorschach test in a battle of leaks between Republicans and Democrats. Democrats saying, oh my God, this is horrific. And Republicans actually saying, no, it's consistent and it's fine under the military rules of engagement. And the difference seems to be Bradley's assertion, and we haven't seen the video. I think we will. It's essential to see it, I think. But he's basically saying that these people clinging to the wreckage and of a boat that's on fire, and they're just in the water. In his view, well, they were trying to right a capsized boat. That makes sense. If you're trying to survive on what's, essentially debris, you get it right so you can get back in it. But in his view, that meant they perhaps could have gotten back in, and maybe there was still some cocaine on the boat. We've never heard from the United States, incidentally, about the actual presence or amount of any cocaine in any of these 20 strikes, nor where the cocaine was bound for. It's just an assertion from the administration that generally these people, dubious assertion, we are in the equivalent of war with them because they are narco-terrorists, these fishing vessels who are bringing cocaine to our shores. Even if that were true, the idea that we're at war with them as opposed to there being criminals is really far-fetched, I think, and it's going to be fought later on in the courts. But Bradley is given the legal guidance that we're at war, and based on that and consulting a lawyer, he says, they could have righted the ship and taken the cocaine up to the United States. An assertion that a Democratic head of the House committee disparaged as ridiculous, and in just about that tone of voice on TV yesterday. But so now what could have been a sort of dynamic of Hegseth versus Bradley has in fact receded, and Bradley is taking it on and defending. Another big point, Hegseth himself asserted that even looking at the video, there was the fog of war and bombs and spray and everything going on, and he's a busy man, and he went to his next meeting, didn't even know there had been a second strike until a couple hours later. And again, we need to see the video, but by all accounts, this is a tall tale because you have what people on both sides are relating as a clear video. It goes on for over an hour while they're actually debating and then deciding to blow them away, of the two people on the debris. The idea that it's sort of apocalypse now, napalm and chaos everywhere just seems to be a complete distortion, I think is too kind a word to Hegseth, just a complete confabulation of what that video shows. So it's still a specific, I think, indictment of him, and not criminal indictment, obviously, but indictment of him for his credibility, veracity, the general story that he's propounding, that, how would I even have known? So that will be a focus. Now, by all accounts, especially given Bradley's version of things, I think the administration can just be expected to, as is their wont, just ride it out and, take the whatever emerges from the intelligence committees and leaks. And of course, remember here, they have this very strong hole card, you could say, of knowing that any crimes would need to be prosecuted either by court-martial or the Department of Justice. And they seem to have an iron fist control over those. And moreover, there is the big pardon power that Trump is totally brazen about, even more and more as, over the past few weeks. So, basically, I think they'll just let it ride and continue to the same version, even if and when the video comes out. And, it's any other administration having been shown a responsibility for what seems like a blatant killing of two innocents, would you would think be concerned about it, be trying to make reforms. It's a little bit like Abrego Garcia, right? Sent down with no orders. But their instinct is to double down and redouble down. I think that's what we're getting here. There will still be more to come. And the big thing is, will we see the video? I think we will, even though there will be efforts by the administration to cloak it and keep it from us. And then when will we, and what political impact? Because I think they are planning with their control of the executive branch, and if all else fails, the pardon power, to insulate the actors here from actual legal impact. Though I think it remains the case, and this is the final point, that even if Hegseth can't be proven that he said kill them all, and there'll be some testimony that he did, the kind of accumulation of blunders and bluster and I think testimony that won't be credible, for instance, this fog of war stuff, still puts his head potentially on the chopping block. So that, I think, will be the kind of immediate political drama of this investigation and the video, if and when it comes out. And to my mind, when it comes out, I just can't see, now that it's been seen by members of Congress, it being held under lock and key indefinitely. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.